Imagine you're about to walk into this prison, and we were told that something could really happen. There could be some violence. But when you walk in, you do sign that you can't sue the government. It took only a short period of time before we could share our secret with the group, that they have value and that they were born with innate gifts. The number one gang leader tells everybody, shut up, we got to learn this stuff. And that's how we started in prisons. And we are able to not only look at the natural gifts that they're born with, because it's based on their mind and how they take in information, how they make decisions, how they keep it in their memories, it also tells them how they learn. I worked my way through 3 degrees of Ph.D. in the cognitive area in education. Yes, I was the first woman superintendent of schools in Wisconsin. But I got frustrated because what I learned when I was part of the research is that everyone learns in a different way. And the research pointed out a lot of things that we applied at Excite.com. People's gifts are correlated with body, hand, word, and mind. So I admire so many of you today that really you heal people with words. You're modern day shamans. Many of you are just like Jack. What I felt was missing is the understanding and integration of the differences in people and how they learn. I sold that company to answer the question, what makes people tick? I look at, Jack, what you've done. I'm looking at what all of you in this group are doing to help people with hope. But we need tools. And so my mind works that way with regression models. And yes, our instrument is the first ever to predict human behavior and to be statistically reliable and valid. The military, it was a matter of life and death when we walked into explosive ordnance disposal, and we could tell them who should defuse those bombs. But we could also tell them how to train people with 2,000 or more ammunitions. The challenges we have met, 3 generals, 1 admiral, and we still couldn't show them they can save $1 billion a year. And working in workforce centers, we're told the first thing that they love is, you built my confidence. Then you told me that how I can enjoy learning and what kinds of jobs am I going to be passionate about. We worked so hard with CBS Television and Dave Poltrak. He said, you got it, guys. We have a movie. We thought, how do we reach the parents and the kids as soon as possible? We've learned that we need the team, of course, of people. You can build that better village with the team. I know that we have found that 38% of the population will really buy a book and read it. We're disenfranchising a huge portion of our population. We know who they are. We know why they're doing what they're doing. And body and hand are a lot of the way they solve their problems. We know that we change people's lives, and we've got to do it. We've got to reach the masses.
Is you need a book that basically shares the theory, the underlying concept that's, conceptual, intellectual, that anyone that's got a brain that can read it, and that, the people that understand words can go, yeah, this makes sense, this works. Then you can start writing books on sales, on education, on relationships, on governing, on managing the military. It could be 30 books, because what you need are people that can deliver the training.
Yes.
In education. You can train the teachers, that can make the videos, that can do the online courses. All of that can become a huge movement, like the 7 habits with the Covey work.
Yep.
You need an online questionnaire. I need to be able to go through something online that tells me what I am, so that a university professor in psychology would go, wow. A university professor in education would go, wow. And then you get them to write the application. You got to deal with the schools of education, because that's who's teaching people for the next group. You have to deal with the people that are already the educators in the schools, in the classroom. You have to deal with the administrations. You have to deal with the state boards of education, and you got to deal with the parents. There are several books there. One on parenting. You know, how do you parent these children? Because they're different. And then what do you demand of the schools as a result of that? So the parents start to be an influence in that area. And then for individual educators who are awake and interested, like I would be when I was a high school teacher, because I was always looking for how can I reach these kids. So there's a group of those people, and we reach those. And then you've got to get to the schools of education, and that takes a little more time because people teach from their yellow notes they've been teaching from for years. They don't change very easily, but there are revolutionaries in all those places. I think you're onto something very, very important.